Empty cartons. Finding an empty milk carton in the fridge leaves me quivering with rage, as there's no fucking need for it, not in this bloody day and age. And I have to slowly count to 10 so I don't hunt down the offender, as I could happily shove their stupid head inside my new ninja blender. And it's not just milk, of course, as there are fruit juices as well, but it's finding an empty biscuit packet that's my own personal hell. And there's nothing worse when I fancy a hobnob than finding an empty fucking packet, which is when I completely lose my shit, as I can no longer hack it. And here's a quick message for all those people who are committing this terrible sin. Stop being such fucking assholes, you bastards, and put your empty cartons in the bin. Supermarket shuffle. Finding that certain products have been moved always causes a serious kerfuckle. Kerfuckle? That's a good word. Which is why I hate being a victim of the supermarket shuffle. And I don't mean the premium items, which are always changing situational gears. I'm referring to the genuine basic staples, which have been in the same place for years. And I swear my store moves products around just to watch me fucking cry, as they know I shop by specific shelf locations based on the things I want to buy. And then finding something's been moved always sends me into a rage, as figuring out its new location is always difficult to gauge. And then they recently moved the vinegar I like, which really freaked me out, as it had been in the same place for 20 years or roughly thereabout. And it used to be in the aisle with the cooking oil, right next to all the salt, but it not being there a few weeks ago soon brought my shopping to a halt. And it took me at least 10 bloody minutes to find its new resting place, which had me swearing under my breath and going very red in the face. And when I say it took 10 minutes, I'm not joking or pulling your legs, as they'd moved it halfway across the store and stuck it next to the sodding eggs. Being startled. Now, when it comes to my nerves, I'm a jittery fucker, which is why being startled causes my asshole to pucker, and I literally twitch or jump at any unexpected noise, which is a constant source of amusement to my neighbours' 2 boys. So they're a pair of very naughty rascals who really love playing tricks, which is why my shredded nervous system has taken some serious licks. And I really detest being startled, of course, but that doesn't stop the little tykes, which is why I recently got my own back by reversing over their new Christmas bikes. Spiders. Spiders have got way too many legs and far too many eyes, which is why I take great pleasure in hastening their demise. And I know they're one of God's creatures and should be left in some peace, but it's much more fun instead just to squish them into grease. And they lurk in the darkness, and they scuttle across the floor, so I'm happy to keep eradicating them until they don't exist anymore. And I know I shouldn't be freaked out by something so bloody small, but I'm not keen on sharing my home with anything capable of scaling a wall. And I hoover and dust regularly, of course, to keep the pesky arachnids away, but they still happily enter my tidy house and find some dark place to stay. And I think they do this deliberately, just to mess with my head, and I hate to think what they get up to when I'm fast asleep in bed. And finally, the running commentary. I hate people who provide a running commentary on everything they do, and even if they're not aware of it, it's still fucking difficult to chew. And although I said chew, I really wanted to say swallow, but that wouldn't have rhymed, of course, which is why I left it to follow. Anyway, let's get back to the constant talkers and their verbal diarrhea, which I detest with my whole being and obviously don't want to hear. And they're constantly stating the fucking obvious like it's raining or it's cold, and I always know what the bloody weather's doing without being sodding told. So their pointless, banal wittering soon drives me to distraction, and I have to work hard not to strangle them or show any sort of reaction. But they're too busy to see my frustration, though, by being a constant speaking clock, so all I can do is quietly fantasize about gagging them with a sock. Now, I could moan about this for ages, but that wouldn't be fair to you, so I'm going to start to wrap things up by naming my worst 2. And I know when someone takes their mug from the office that they're going to make a brew, so I don't need to be fucking told this, nor when they're just popping to the loo. And now for the final two verses, which may possibly offend, though I guess on your sense of humour that'll actually depend. And my mother's one of these people, which obviously makes her difficult to avoid, and guarantees her numerous visits to my home are more annoying than a hemorrhoid. The end. Don't forget to like and subscribe and press the wee bell notification. And a huge big thank you to all my subscribers, patrons and members. See you next week. Bye bye.